We'll get started here. This is my, if I counted correctly, this is my 19th combine. Very excited. This is my first time as a GM. I'm very excited to be the GM of the Miami Dolphins. I've been there a short time, 3 weeks, but it's been a great experience, and getting to know the people, the organization, the players, and it really is an exciting time. And this is the next part of the process in team building. Obviously, the process in building a 53-man roster goes all the way back from starting in the previous year in the May as the evaluation of these draft prospects begins, and then leads on into the season, bowl games, all-star games, and the combine is the next part of the process. So it's exciting time. You get 350 of the best college football players in the same setting, where you get to evaluate them from an athletic standpoint, get verified measurables on them, as well as getting to know the player themselves and getting detailed medical information. So it's an exciting time for the Miami Dolphins, and I'll open that up for questions.
Dennis, what was the biggest adjustment, the biggest change you made preparing for this combine as a general manager for the first time?
It really wasn't that much different. We went through our college draft meetings for about 10 days with our college staff, and preparing that way. I already had a pretty good feel for most of the country that way. So those preparations weren't. It's the ancillary, this type of preparation, and obviously the different duties of the job that are outside of the strictly of the evaluation, which is what I was accustomed to previously.
Washington tight end Austin Safarian-Jenkins, podium C.
Every day that I wake up, I think about how can I get the Miami Dolphins to the best 53-man roster, and that encompasses all positions. Obviously, I believe that it all starts up front on both sides of the ball. But every day we're constantly looking, meeting with our scouts, talking with Coach Philbin, watching film together, and trying to detail what's the best plan. We're putting together that strategic plan, and we're going forward with that.
Do you believe you'll know about any potential suspensions in time for free agency and draft?
Any questions about that? I'll leave up to the. We're working in concert with the commissioner's office, and so that's kind of where that stands.
Dennis, what do you anticipate happening with Brent Grimes?
Like I said, I'm not going to get into specifics of our strategic plan, just from a competitive standpoint. With our current plans, future plans with our players, I'm not going to get into specifics there.
Tackle Michael Schofield, table 2.
Balance of trying to mix your philosophy with Joe Philbin, because obviously you guys have to work together.
Through the interview process, that was one of the draws to the Dolphins. As I sat down and just laid out my plan before of my philosophy and things I believed in, and laid it out there before Coach Philbin, there was that commonality and shared vision of who we wanted to be. We want to be tough, smart, disciplined football team, and that means bringing tough, smart, physical football players into the. So from that standpoint, we had similar philosophies going in, and in addition to all the other commonalities that we had. So that part was easy.
On the O-line, have you changed scheme at all? Is it still going to be a zone blocking scheme?
With that, we're going to do a lot of different things under Bill Lazor, and we're excited to have him on board. So they're still working through all that, and we'll go from there. We like to Ryan. Obviously, I have a college scouting background, so most of the guys, I just always start off with that. And we liked Ryan coming out. He was a guy who had, I believe, 18 starts, but you saw the athletic ability, you saw the accuracy, you saw the arm strength, and you saw, a really smart kid. And obviously, I like the progression that he's made in his first year, developing into his second year, and I expect him to continue that development into his third year.
There was a report that Matt Moore might be used to pushing and competing with him during camp, maybe take his spot. How much truth is that?
I can't respond to speculation. I'm not about that, but I believe in Ryan Tannehill.
Dennis, how's the process of working with Joe Philbin gone so far? I mean, have you guys actually sat and watched prospects together? Have you watched film together? Are you talking 2-3 hours a day? What have you done with Philbin?
Yeah, we've been very intentional with our communication and our time together, just because we're starting fresh and we're kind of right in the middle of things. So So we spend a lot of time. Every morning we get together, whether it's draft preparation or free agency preparation, or even just watching our own players, getting together and talking, watching film, and just kind of continuing to build that relationship and just communicating. I mean, that's one of the things, that we're about, and we want to continue to foster that, and not only in our relationship between he and I, but also throughout the organization.
How closely do you feel that you are on the same page? You mentioned at your introductory press conference that you like to talk about the same philosophies.
Yeah, we're on the same page of who we want our organization to be. Founded on trust, integrity, respect, communication. All those things are common. With individual player evaluations, as always, there's different opinions, and as we go through there, so it's not, and we just work through those things. But it's been a great experience, and as we continue to get to know each other better, and as we go through each process leading towards preparing for the season opener. With that, specific plans, I don't want to get into that regarding specific players. I do know that it starts up front on both sides of the ball, and we'll act appropriately. We like our running backs on our team, but again, with all the, we're trying to build the best 53-man roster, and every. At every point, that's part of this, right? In preparing for the draft, trying to get the best players that we can get on there to develop competitive environments to push our team to greatness.
Miller and Thomas really haven't done enough to take pressure off the line. How important is it for you to have that kind of running back?
I think everything works in concert, right? I mean, it's not just one position. The running game or the passing game. There's 11 guys working together to accomplish that goal. So it rarely is just on one person or one position on that.
Can you tell us your thoughts? On Mike Gillisley? Is he ever going to get a shot?
Obviously, he was a rookie last year, but I'm not going to get into specific descriptions of players. But obviously, we want to see, it's a great opportunity for him this offseason to work and to develop, just like all of our players. That we want to continue to see them progress. We have an excellent coaching staff. We have a committed owner who's allocating resources to be the best that we can be. So we just continue to want to each player to make that next step, to be where we want to be, and that's about competing and winning championships. And so every player, that's our expectation in the offseason. And
What's your take on this draft class and the 230-plus prospects we see here?
Yeah, I think it's very strong, and it's strong at all kinds of different levels with each position. Every draft is kind of a different animal with different strengths at different, whether it's early, mid, or late with that. So, but I'm excited about this draft class, and I'm anxious to get to know these guys better, and just as we go through the process that is the combine.
Joe, a couple hours ago, a lot of questions about the building investigation. Obviously, we know you were here when it happened. However, you're going to probably have to deal with some of the ramifications. Do you feel like how that's covered, the attention has gotten to the
No, I think people are going to be free agents will be attracted to who we are, because we have an excellent coaching staff. We have. Look, we live in Miami. It's a pretty strong. We have a committed owner that will allocate the resources necessary, and we have an environment, a collective, a strong environment. In my 3 weeks, my interaction has been nothing but positive with all the people. As you get in the building and you get to know the people, you really get a sense for what the organization is about. And going into it, I felt strongly about that, and at every step that has been confirmed through this. Well, and Joe and I are working together with this, leading up to this. We've met with each department and laid out restated, reinforced our vision of who we want to be, and a culture of respect, communication, and laying out that foundation and being intentional about communication and throughout the building. So, I mean, those are some of those steps that we have taken. We'll continue to take. I mean, we take this serious. and our culture and who we want to be, and we want to set the standard around the league.
Dennis, if you look at rebuilding the offensive line, is there an ideal way to do it? Maybe get 2 starters through free agency and another starter in the draft. Is there any kind of balance along those lines?
I don't look at it that way. I think you just look at all the different methods to acquire talent. I mean, there's so many different ways to do it in the league. Obviously, the next, obviously it's free agency coming up. Right now, there's players that are not under contract with anyone that are on the street, and there's also, as the season gets started, there are all kinds of different methods, and that's the way we'll approach this, and always trying to get the best 53-man roster and never being content with the roster. We're always going to push the envelope, whether it's using innovative ways or different ways to get to our ultimate goal, which is to win a championship.
Cam Moore years ago spent the most money in free agency of any team to make the playoffs. The Dolphins did the same thing last year to make the playoffs. After seeing that method 2 years in a row not making the playoff berth, what is your feeling about spending a lot of money?
I think it's more about you place a value on the player, and that's what we're doing. That's what we've done in our meetings. That's what we do in our draft meetings. That's what we do in our free agent meetings. We place what we call a dolphin value for the player, and that directs our steps and how we approach things.
Dennis, the NFL is such a year-round business for scouts. There's a rhythm to everything, and sort of this flow you go through over 12 months. To what degree, if at all, do you feel rushed right now coming into a new situation at this stage?
Well, with the people that we have on board, I don't feel rushed because I'm confident. I have a complete confidence in our scouting staff and our coaches. I believe in Coach Philbin. We're all in this working together. In our training staff. I have confidence in them. So to me, I'm not rushed. Now there's different angles, obviously, in my new position, but I'm confident that we'll get it done.